This pregnant man, now 3 months along, actually offered his seat to a pregnant woman. Looking at her grateful expression, the man felt a pang of sadness in his heart. Since Hayama became pregnant, he had to apply nursing pads before work every day, to prevent milk leakage from being noticed by his colleagues. But despite this, he was still targeted by his boss. Simply because of some recent morning sickness symptoms, his boss directly demoted him to the grassroots level. Every day he could only do menial errands. For this reason, he could only return to the hospital again, hoping the doctor could perform the surgery as soon as possible. When he learned that the aborted child would be treated as a stillbirth, and that the fetal remains would need to be buried, looking at the ultrasound photo in his hand, Hayama couldn't help but feel some reluctance. But this still didn't change his mind, until he met Mr. Fujimiya, another male pregnant woman. Learning that the other man not only ignored people's stares, but decided to give birth to the child, and was even full of anticipation for this new life. This filled Hayama with guilt. Watching the other man's child being affectionate in his father's arms, Hayama's eyes were filled with indescribable envy. Since his father died early, and his mother was often away from home due to work, Hayama had lacked parental love since childhood. Perhaps the child in his belly was a gift from heaven. With this thought, Hayama began to hesitate, until the next day during a client meeting, he finally made up his mind. Since the client was very dissatisfied with the new maternal and infant planning proposal, and Hayama had no voice after being demoted by his boss, just when the cooperation was about to end, unexpectedly, Hayama suddenly said, "What if we still use pregnancy as the theme, but switch to male pregnancy instead?" After saying this, he stood up, and boldly admitted the fact of his own pregnancy. Everyone was shocked to hear this. After Hayama showed the ultrasound photo to the client immediately approved his proposal. Since this proposal was unprecedented, it caused a huge sensation once released. Not only did it become a hot topic online, it also made Hayama a super influencer sweeping the entire island. However, trouble came with fame. That day Hayama simply posted a casual daily update. Unexpectedly, it immediately shot to the trending list. Not only did it resonate strongly with netizens, it also made countless working mothers who experienced workplace bullying feel like they found their community. To better serve the public, and to learn more parenting knowledge, Hayama specifically organized an offline meetup for male pregnant women. Through mutual exchange and learning, Hayama became more and more like a mother. Not only did he constantly monitor the fetus's health, he even voluntarily gave up his once favorite foods, exercised and jogged daily. Also, the fetus in his belly could be delivered safely. But as the due date approached, the company's actions became increasingly excessive. Without consulting Hayama at all, the company arbitrarily scheduled advertising shoots until after the child turned 3. Clearly, Hayama and his unborn child had completely become the company's money-making tools. If it were the old Hayama, he would definitely compromise for the company's interests. But now he was pregnant. Plus, with the stimulation of pregnancy hormones, Hayama's emotions became very unstable. Unwilling to be manipulated by the company, he immediately submitted his resignation. But now he had become the company's golden signboard. How could they easily let him go? To appease his emotions, all the company's leadership came to persuade him. They even praised him as a great hero, seeing how much the company valued him. Plus the influence of pregnancy hormones, Hayama unconsciously became moved to tears. Seeing this, the boss quickly came forward and gave him an enthusiastic hug. The president gestured for others to follow suit. A group of grown men hugging together. The scene was both awkward and heartwarming. That evening, Hayama sat alone on the sofa in a daze. Then his girlfriend Aki suddenly called. Due to her family background, Aki had been resistant to children since childhood. So when she and Hayama discussed child-rearing issues, they even had a big fight due to disagreements. But after she went home and attended a class reunion, Aki's perspective suddenly changed. Seeing her classmates mock male pregnancy, Aki felt uncomfortable. At the same time, she finally understood Hayama's struggles. She said she was willing to raise the child with Hayama, even though they would face strange looks from others. She didn't care, because prejudice is hard to change. Just like how men must work to earn money and support the family, women must get married and have children. These are all values others have imposed on us. But if we work together, we can create our own correct values. Later, Hayama went to the airport to pick up Aki, but just as they got out of the car and were about to go upstairs, unexpectedly, his father, who had been dead for years, suddenly showed up and brought him a huge surprise.